Hey guys, I kind of feel like I better remember how to do this because I haven't been with you for a couple of weeks. I'll tell you why later. But today we're going to do something that's really kind of special to me. Some of you who know a little bit about Bisou and her background, me speaking of myself in third person, but I had a line, a very large line of jewelry back early 90s till about 1999, 2000, something like that. 300 pieces. We sold to about 500 accounts. They're mostly little stores like my store is today. Little gift shops, hospital gift shops, florists. We had some small department store accounts, boutiques, places like that, tourist places. And we had this line of jewelry that was made out of the little ceramic roses that we sell today, a lot of the little charms that we sell to this day, little hearts. We use a lot of little buttons, little white pearl buttons in it. But one of the pieces from that line that was very popular was something that I call the charm string. And it basically was a pin, because we sold a lot of pins. Back then pins were still popular. And it was a pin that looked kind of like this. It kind of had a string of little charms and drops that fell from a bow, and you would pin it to your blouse, okay? Well, today people aren't wearing pins so much. So I thought perhaps I would reprise this piece for you because we still sell the bow and the chain and everything that goes with it into a very lovely necklace. So if you want to come on over here, I'll show you all about how you can make one for yourself and then change it up and make it totally your own. Okay, so come on over. Okay, so now you can see the necklace a little bit more closely. You can see that we've used the little bow stamping, which is FIG 0603, FIG 0603. And I'm going to try really hard to make a list of these parts in the description of the video too, so if you want to scroll down, you should be able to find a list of them. Try from now on to do that. Someone suggested that that would be a good idea. I think they're right. So you're going to need that. And what it looks like is this to start with. So you can tell I've done a little bit of a treatment to it, can't you? If you go back, I think just one video to the last one I did, it was the perfect pearls over the spray painted patina. So I spray painted some of these primer white, then I steel wooled them back, and I ended up with a pink one. Here's one. This one's one we're going to work with today. I'll put it in the foreground so you can see a little better. So I just lightened it up a little bit, and then I put some of the pink perfect pearls on it. So if you just go back to the previous video, you'll see how that was done, rather than, do a oh gee, I'm only remembering the Spanish word. Oh, I can't remember the word. It's gone. It's gone. A review. That's the word I want. Okay, we're not going to do a review on that. Go back the next video previous and you'll see it. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take this out of the way. You might wonder how this happens. Well, I just got the idea one time. I was making a charm bracelet and I took the chain and just kind of lifted it up. Is that showing, Javi? And I saw, ooh, I think if I did this kind of uneven here, like one longer than the other, kind of reminded me a little bit of the chains and the weights that fall down off a cuckoo clock, an old-fashioned one. And I got to thinking, well, that would look kind of cool, dangled from the bottom of one of these. And then we'll put some of these on there. Here's some little charms and stuff. Here's some, I put a little bit of perfect pearls on them. You'll take your biggest pieces and put them at the bottom, like the weights on a clock. And just, fill it in. And then put a little ceramic flower there. And, I would have a pin. Well, like we said, pins aren't selling so hot right now. Although, I don't know, if you made one like that, it might be a good seller for you. Because I keep saying, let's bring pins back. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I hole punch this. So let me move this one out of the way, and then I'll show you how I fill this up, how I attach it, how I put the chain on. It's really simple. I know most of you guys have been watching me for a long time already. You can just see from looking at this how to do it, but we have new people all the time who are just learning to make jewelry, so I'm going to go through it for you so that you can make this necklace yourself with whatever beads that you have, whatever findings you have, but having this bow is really kind of important. Some of the other charms that we sell at bboutiques.com will work out really well. Spectra beads are excellent. They just came back in stock today, so you might want to do that. So you start out, you have 24 inches of about 3.5 millimeter rolo chain. This is brass ox. It is our chain, CHN 04832. You'll cut off 18 inches and then you'll cut off 6 inches, okay? 6 inches being for this part and the 18 being for what goes around the neck. So let me move this over here out of the way and let's concentrate on this. Now, when you do this, let me stand up and kind of get in a way so work at an angle that maybe Javi can get without moving this camera all around, because we all know what it does when we move it all around. Before I do that, I'm going to hole punch this. These are our hole punchers, okay? We have them at the site. In fact, we just had them come in this week. They're really easy to use. Now, you can use a drill, or you can use one of the screw type hole punches too if you want, but I like this one. So the way I did it on this necklace, let me look at it again because there's kind of a little point of reference. Okay, on this one, you see this little niche right up in here, right underneath where the bow turns. That's a real good place to make a hole. You can ding it with a center punch first, not a bad idea. I'm not going to, kind of because I don't think I need to, but anyway, I'm going to stick this right here like that, up as close to the ridge as I can, and press. And it would probably have been good to not do that around Javi in case something flew, but then you wouldn't be able to see it, so we risked it. You could duck next time, okay, Javi? Okay, and then for the next one, you're going to kind of want to go in the corner here, where this ridge comes up. Kind of loops around like a real bow would. Yeah, Javi, take off. She's flinging herself the other way. She don't want to get hit. We want to have good safety practices, so that was excellent, Javi, that you did that. And if I had been thinking, I would have told you to take off the first time. We got to be able to. So this is fairly even, and you got enough of a hole there that you can get a jump ring through. So that's all you need, okay? All right. So now we're going to do the charm string part. And basically, all you're going to do is like you're doing a charm bracelet, but with an exception. Okay, I've got my little jumpy tool on. You can see my jumpy tool. If you don't have one of these, come on over to our place and get one. I can't live without them. I've got 6 or 7 sprinkled all over this place, let alone in my other workshop. Anyway, I'm going to use it, and I'm going to open in one of the wider holes by turning, and then I'm going to choose one of the larger little bits that I beaded. I have, just to tell you how many of these I beaded, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But you could do more. You could do this as loaded up as you want. It's up to you. This is what I did for today. If I had lots of time to work on this today, that probably would be so charged up you wouldn't even recognize the bow. But anyway, so I'm going to apply this now, and all I do is just lift up my rolo, and I'm going to slip it through the end. So that's kind of different than if you'd be doing a charm bracelet, because you want it to all hang down. Now I'm going to do the other end. So I'm going to get my jump ring, and I'm going to open it. And I'm going to use this one because it's kind of big too, okay? All right, so it's going to go through the other end. And now after this, it's just playing with it really, you know, to get it to hang right. But I'm going to pick it up, and I want it to hang kind of like this. Here. So maybe what I'll do, so I can make a point of reference, is I'll go ahead and I'll open up a jump ring, put it through here, and I'll go ahead and hang it to the little loop on my bow, because you probably notice there's a loop down there. And also, Yes, I did. I did a central charm there too. So I'm going to do one of these little clocks. Kind of like Cinderella's clock, maybe? Yeah, it's almost midnight. It must be Cinderella's clock. It's almost midnight. Ooh. Or midnight in Paris or something. Something exact. Yeah, because I've got Paris charms too. It's midnight in Paris. That's what it is. Whatever. I'm going to put this on. So now I've got this going on. And the rest of it is basically working it. I'm going to go down each side. So I'm going to pull this out, and I'm just going to work it. And I'm just going to attach bits until, you know, I kind of like how it looks. You know, so I'm going to stagger my colors a little bit. Maybe I'll use this pink one here, and I'll attach it coming in sideways on the rolo. I love rolo because it's easy to count off and so easy to work with, especially when you're doing charm jewelry. I think I'll put a green one over here, and I'm going to stagger it a little bit. So I'm going to come from this side. You just have to play with it, guys. You have to work it. It's just the same as when you make a charm bracelet. You sit down and you say, well, I think I'd like this, this, and this on it, but you have to work it. That's just how it goes. I think I like this dove thing on there. I might not like it when I'm all done, but I'm going to put them on anyway right now just because I'm going to. Because I can. Just because I can. Now, when I go to put this on, I'm going to have to pick it up a little bit and see how it's going to fall. And I think I'm going to put him here. If he doesn't hang quite right, I'm going to leave him go now for the sake of time and go back and correct it later. Because sometimes you never know till you get it on. Let me get down there. I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, that looks cute. Okay, so now on the other side, maybe I'll do another pearl thing. And I'll go up a little ways so that when it hangs down, it's not banging into the next one. You don't want that. And now maybe, since I'm up a little ways on that, I'll go ahead and put my Paris charm on, because I think I'd like to have a Paris charm on there. I like that idea of midnight in Paris. Or maybe it was Cinderella at midnight in Paris. I don't know. I don't think Cinderella was in Paris, though. So where am I going to hang this? I think I'm going to put it here. Sorry if my hands are shaking, guys. What can I say? You know what they always have, ever since I was a kid. Of course, now I can attribute some of that to caffeine. But they just always did. Okay, so now I've got that up there. And I can flip that around. Yeah, that's good for now. I may change it around a little bit, but it's okay for now. So put that on there. I want to build this up as much as possible so that you can get the full effect of where I'm going with this. And then, like I say, you can change it up however. You can put little polymer clay beads or roses on that you've made. You could do little polymer clay leaves. You could do leaf charms. We have tons of leaf charms at bisouboutiques.com. More little birds. Like we have little hummingbirds at bisouboutiques.com. We have this little bow. I think I'll put this little bow on here. We have, if you go into the charm accents section, you're going to find so many cool little charms that you probably never saw before. And another thing that you're going to find, and I'm going to talk to you about in a minute, is that when you go to bisouboutiques.com the next time, if you haven't been there for a while, it looks all different. And that's because we got done with our new website. So we have a brand new website for you. And we have lowered the shipping on small orders, so you can do an order for, if your order's under $25, your shipping is only $2.95 in the United States. How about that? And I think 25 to 75, it's $3.95, 75 to 99.95 or 99.99, I guess it is. It's $4.95, and after that, if you go over 100, shipping is free at bisouboutiques.com, plus the site will take 10% off. And everybody who orders this week, this is the week of, what's today, August 29th? Anybody who orders from between now till noon Sunday this week is going to be entered into a drawing for a free $50 shopping pass. It can be an order any size. So come set up an account. Come where the good stuff is. We just restocked 100 pounds of brass last week. I'm just talking to you as I'm putting this stuff on. You can see how I'm doing it. And that doesn't want to cooperate, of course. But I really like, you know, even if you're not ready to buy anything, I'd really love for you to come and see the site and let me know what you think of it, because we worked on it so hard. I'm telling you what, it was like childbirth. It really, truly was. But it's at Volusion, which is one of the top e-commerce sites in the world now. And so the cart holds. If any of you had that experience before at my old site where the cart didn't hold very well for you, well, let me tell you, it holds now. It's been holding some people's stuff for over a week. Does really good. So you can see how that goes. See, do I have one more to put on? Yeah, I do. One more that I made. I'm going to quit there then, so we could go ahead and finish the necklace. You can see, especially if you're new to doing this kind of thing, you could see how it goes. If you've been beading and doing this kind of work for a long time, this is like falling off a log. It's nothing. But if you're brand new, you might like it if I showed you the whole deal. That's why, let me get down here. We don't want it to blur. That's why my videos tend to go a little bit long, because I like to tell you all the details. I don't like these 5-minute videos that assume you know everything already. Although I did refer you to a previous video, I like to show you as much as you need to know to get it done and not leave half the details out. Okay, I'm not going to put my ceramic rose on yet because I want to finish and working the neckline. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got approximately 18 inches of this rolo chain, which again is CHN 04832, and we have plenty of it at the site too. If you'd like to get it from me, ours is brass all the way through. It's not steel. Sometimes you have to watch with cheap chain or vintage chain. It's steel underneath, which is not a good thing. Stainless steel is one thing, but we're not talking about stainless steel. We're just talking about steel. And you know what steel does? Tell me. I bet you know. It rusts. Even if you put really good quality plating on it, there's still a good chance it's going to rust. That's why we sell only brass chains. So you can see I split that in half. Why did I do that? Because I'm going to put a clasp on the back. Okay? So now I'm going to attach it. I'm going through my holes that I punched. Do I need to broach this out a little bit? I don't think so. I didn't have to the last time. Fits just fine. You gonna call me a fool here? No, here we go. All right. Put that on. Get my hand out of the way. And I'm going to close that. So I've got one side here. Okay, now I'm going to do the other side. Oh, hey, in case you're wondering where Donna is, Donna is learning a new technique on the computer upstairs with Shelly today, and she didn't want to be interrupted, and I didn't think it was good for her to be interrupted because she's learning. So everybody say hi to Donna. Hi, Donna. She's still here. She's just doing something else that was more important today. Okay, so we got that one on. We're going to close it. And close it all the way. Okay, good. That's how Hobby says it. Okay. She probably doesn't even realize she does that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my back part on. So I need to bead up a little back. And oh, hey, you might not notice, I use these little things that come on, it looks like screwy little beehives. These are the coolest little bead caps. They're cast brass, and we put brass ox on them, and they're just marvelous. They're, let's see, cap 02260, beehive cap. It's a teeny tiny one, and it almost looks like you wire wrapped it. Okay, so I'm going to put a finial bead on. I always like to put a finial bead on the back of any necklace that I make. So I'm going to put this one. I don't know if I'm going to keep it this way. You know what, here I got a cute little rhinestone rondelle. I'm going to put that on there too. And maybe I'll put a pretty bead. I just got these pretty spectras in, let me use them. Okay, and I'm going to put, nah, I don't want another one there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it. You guys see me do this a bazillion times, but if you're new or you haven't seen any of my videos before, then that's how you turn it. You cross its legs over on a round nose, and then you just take this and wrap it. Okay? And I've gone far enough with that one. And now I'm going to cut it off, and of course I want to point it downward and away from Javi, so she doesn't have to duck again. Fling herself backwards. Okay, I'm going to put it on this side. If I had a little more time, I'd straighten that up. It's a little bit wonky, but for now, it's okay. But when you're doing your finish work, you want to do it very nicely. You know, Katie, who comes over and does the polymer clay videos with me, she has a really nice post on her blog about how important your finish work is, and it really is. So I'll want to go back and I'll want to straighten that out when I'm done. When you're done, go over your piece with a fine-tooth comb and look at it and say, hey, would I want to buy that? And I'm putting the lobster on. Does it look like it's finished? Is it smooth? Do I have little pieces of wire sticking out? Is the back not finished? Like, for example, on this bow. This bow is painted on the back too and sealed. So you want everything finished and nice. Okay, so this is done. So now I can put this in. Now, you probably noticed on this piece, the one that is finished, how would you do that? Well, you would simply go up, I think I counted like 13 sections up, and then I cut it, and I simply inserted a piece. So if I was going to do that, I'd probably insert it right there, and right there. Okay, and then I think I counted up another 9. That's, again, that's why I love rolo, because you can count it. And right about here. And you can see I used the little rhinestone rondelles. You will find them on my website at Bisou Boutiques under the rhinestone findings. And you also see on the navigation bar that everything is in a straight line across the top of the page now, and it's all dropped down. That's the way current websites ought to be. You'd be used to, you know, modern websites are like that. It's not on the left and you have to look forever. It's all just boom, boom, boom. Click on it and it all drops down. But I would insert those there, which I will do this later. So that gives you an idea of what the finished piece will look like. I'm going to do it later. And now I need to glue this on. Okay? So I like E6000 glue. Let's see if I have to clean the top of this off. Nah, I'm good. And I'm just going to kind of slide the rose through the glue. I don't want to get too much on, but I need to get enough so it's going to stay. Yeah, I'm good. If I have some cleanup, I can clean that up. Now I'm going to slide it into place. We use so many of these little ceramic roses in our line. We had a look. You could tell our line was Bisou Boutiques. It all had a look. I don't know if there's a... You know what? Yes, I do. Hold on a minute. I'm going to get you a catalog. I think I've shown this to you before. The charm string is not in here. But this was the last catalog we ever produced. I'm pretty sure I showed you before. But you can see how cohesive this is. Everything kind of has the same designer look. These were our little pins. If you want some time, comment to me. If you'd like to learn to make one of these little pins, I'd be happy to show you. We still have a lot of the parts. These were tack back pin sets, which would probably sell real well at your shows. These sold to stores really well. All these little pins were engraved. You know how I have my video where I engrave? Well, I engrave things like thinking of you, ballerina, happy anniversary, teacher, stuff like that. Teacher jewelry and kitty cat jewelry sell really well. They did then, and they still do. As you can see. Here's my kitty cat. I still sell him sometimes. My horsey you might have seen the great big horse that I've done. If you look on my Gallery of Inspiration at Pinterest, you can click on the front page of my new site and it'll take you there. There's a big horse one that's based on this design. It was a long time ago. Some little charm bracelets. There's Mona Lisa. I always loved her. Little pins, little bracelets, little things like that. People still love dainty little jewelry. You don't have to go over the top. Here's my Tussie Mussy pin. One of my earlier videos showed you how to collage around a cameo like this. But now we color the cameo in so it pops. But this was the last catalog we ever made. I think the copyright's on here. I still have the same 800 number. I think it was 1999. And this is what our sales reps would use to sell the line. And they would give to different shopkeepers when they would visit a showroom. So, but you don't have to go all out like this. A lot of you are just doing shows. But some are telling me lately that they've been doing really good, making calls on people with shops in busy areas. Just going in and showing them their jewelry and they're buying it. You know, sometimes doing as well as at a show or even on their Etsy. So you might want to think about home parties too. Are a super good way to make some extra money selling jewelry. This stuff right here, let me tell you what. I used to have a lady who worked along with me for 3 years. All I could do was pump this out, and she sold hampers full of it at home parties. Just hampers full. So, hey, I'm not making so much of it anymore. If I did, I'd probably make it for my shop or my Etsy. This is my idea. It is my copyright. But if you want to take my idea and you want to build on it and make it your own, go for it. I don't care. I don't like copying, but take my idea and make it your own. Take this idea and make it your own. Maybe one day we'll do these little brooches, but I'd want you to make it your own. But you can. It's not hard to make things your own by just adding different things. I'm inspired by so many things I see, but I can't stand to copy anybody. It's boring. Boring to copy somebody. If you need to do it to learn one time or twice, that's fine. But then from there, you make it your own. So anyway, make one of these for yourself. You can get all the parts at beadsofboutiques.com, and you can get the same parts that I use in this. I don't care. But make it your own. And bring it over to the Beads of Boutiques creative group and join us there and show me what you did. And how you changed up and how you made it better. And don't forget to come over and see the new beadsofboutiques.com. You are going to be so surprised. It is so colorful and pretty and encouraging. There are a lot of learning links on there, videos galore referenced on there, and a lot of the folks who have bought my things for a long time and have made a lot of beautiful art with my things, I have their pictures right on there representing categories. So, and that was so lovely of them to let me use a picture. So come on over and by all means make one of these necklaces. It won't cost you very much. Use your stray beads. Use your stray chain. Do whatever. Change the chain up. Do whatever. But take the idea and have some fun with it. Make it shorter, make it longer, do whatever you want. But make it. Okay? So you have a good week, and we're going to see if we can't come up with something fun for next week, too. And I hope to see you at beadsofboutiques.com.